win today.
They sit side by side in the world rankings, and Mali and Czechia are underway. The European team in red for the opening opportunity here. Hamzova beats it across. Lasingarova, an outside quick release shot comes from the birthday girl, Petra Olishinska. Turns 29 today. Obviously decided we'll run the first play for her and see if she can come up with a celebration. Good footwork there, Chikova, the youngster. Oh, good defense, though, as well. Shut down very quickly. I like that from Sika Kone. In the Mali outfit, which is a little different from yesterday. And certainly a contrast to the all red of Czechia. Vorochkova moves it down low. Chikova, the youngster, wanted the bounce pass, but it's down onto the foot of Mali. And we will reset here. Feeling out process in the first 60 seconds. Ilishka Hamzova looking to restart and does so now. Vorochkova. Here's Hamzova. Shot clock rolls now to 5. Need to get busy. Chikova rushes to the hoop and comes up with the opening score.
Really nice poise as the shot clock you mentioned was ticking down. Chikova, just a nice finish.
So now it's Mali. Straight away they go down low to Haidara. Oh, the pass needed to be the eye of a needle to Kone. Just a little too much, and good collapsing D there from Czechia. Knock the ball down and take it away from them.
Czechia have done a good job of being poised and getting ball through hands right now, executing their offense. Nice little pin down screen.
Olishinska to an opening. Shares it with Singarova. Vorochkova reaching in from behind here. Haidara is going to be called for the first foul of the game.
Well, again, a good roll by Singarova because she knew she had that mismatch on her. They switched that side pick and roll. So smart play to take her to the block.
Olishinska restarts. Now can find space. Busy at the defensive end here, Mali. The ball comes back to Olishinska. And the pass knocked down again. Active hands, excellent hustle as well from Alima Dembele. And now she goes to work and comes up with the first score for Mali.
Well, that was a good choice to start her in the game.
2 minutes played. And it's rushing to the hoop. Bucket for Hamzova. First score in the game for her. Haidara. Dombia. And now Dabu. Picks up the dribble. Kone, the main scoring threat for them, and there she goes.
Yeah, she can hit that from the top of the key, that three-point shot. They're going to have to be wary of that, Czechia.
The other end, Rasingarova's got her hands full here. Multiple defenders with her. Forces up a tough shot, user-friendly roll, gets it done.
Olishinska thought maybe she could get away with that poke at the ball as the offensive player went behind, went around her, but referees all over that.
Haidara restarts for Mali. Kone shares it now with Rocky Adumbia. Wants a lob pass down low. Made Dabu work for it. She pulls the trigger quickly. Busted play didn't really work for them. It trickles out of court. Hamzova feeds the ball in the corner. Vorochkova. She travelled, according to referee Martin Davison from New Zealand. Not sure she agreed with the call, though. You see the hustle here, and from Dembele, he created something out of nothing to get her first points. Dumbia going to be drawing a foul here on Ilishka Hamzova. Second team foul on Czechoslovakia.
Well, those were a couple of
Czech Republic, Czechia.
Those were a couple of really unnecessary fouls, and you start chalking them up pretty early, and all of a sudden you're going to be sending them to the Mali to the line.
Aggressive work here from Dembele again. Forces up a good shot and draws a foul. Well, the defense wasn't bad there from Czechova, but it was just aggressive work, and this is what they were good at in the game yesterday against China.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to bear hug as somebody's going to the basket.
So Alima Dembele off to the free throw line here. 80% free throw shooter playing Juventud in Spain, where she averages 17 points, 8 rebounds a game. It was down in the 50 percentile at Afrobasket, though, where she averaged 10 points, 4 rebounds. She was one of those players who did feature at the World Cup in Sydney in 2022, and she averaged 8 points a game there. She's equal to the task there. So tied at 6. Took over 3 minutes played. Opening quarter action between Mali and Czechia. Baseline elevation came there from Bravachkova. They're going to maintain possession as well. Get the ball back to Bravachkova. Double team, releases the ball, hands over, got an open look. That's off the mark. Loose ball rebound here, and eventually Mali put a stop to it. Haidara's been busy, and this is Doumbia. Works to the elbow, unattended, and the left-hander puts Mali in front for the first time in the game.
Got that ball with good confidence, but almost a fast break situation. Mali read that well, able to get back and get a hand to it.
Doumbia to Haidara. Space in the key for her. She wheels in that way and then shut down. So the outside shot comes now, and it's all the bottom of the net as Elizabeth Dabou knocks down the 3 ball.
Confident start for Mali.
5-point edge for them. Saw them open up a 6-point buffer earlier against China as well. So good start as a download. That's a high quality finish from Yulia Ratsigarova. She was busy early yesterday in game 1 as well. Came up with 10 first quarter points. Go back to a 3-point margin here. Middle stages of the first term. Doumbia very competent with the ball carrying. Wow. And very competent with the finish as well.
They're going to back off of her. She's going to not even think twice about taking that shot.
5 of 7 from the field now for Mali. And most effective, Polishinska from right in front of our commentary position on a birthday, knocks down the triple.
She took 3. She made 3 from 5 threes yesterday for her 11 points. So it's not somebody that you can leave open at the 3-point line.
So Rocky Doumbia just slows things down here. Shot block work to single digits for her. Now at the top of the key. And the aggression comes here from Dembele. And she challenges Czechia, draws the foul and off to the free throw line. So Dembele already 2 of 2 from the stripe. Goes back there again. Czechia yet to get to the free throw line.
Feels like, I don't know, a bit of a flat start to Czechia. They don't seem to have a lot of energy out there, pushing the ball, getting it through hands. I feel like the energy's right with Mali.
Well, tell us about those second day scenarios where the first game of the tournament, everyone's a little anxious, doesn't know what to do, just wants to get out there and let the juices start flying. But on the second day, how do you approach that? Is there much difference?
Well, certainly for Mali, they would have been really buoyed by their first game, even though they lost it, just the way they came out and the way they played. And they've shown energy. You know, you just even look at them in their warm-ups. Czechia, on the other side, you know, they had a pretty easy win over South Sudan. They would have been feeling good, but, you know, maybe not quite as sharp today, at least in this first quarter.
Inside once more, here's Kone. Good defensive work like Singarova. Went back for seconds as well. Kone stayed with it. Thought she drew a foul, and it was a late whistle, but it came from Natasha Dragojevic. And going to see some more free throws here for Mali. And one of the get another look at the replay. Czechia playing yesterday at 1:30 in the afternoon. Now, Mali played last night and didn't finish here until around 9:30 local time, so they've had to come back on a shorter turnaround. Does that have any impact at all?
Well, you know, you have to be prepared for that in tournament play, because you're not going to play, unless you're China, the home team, you're not going to play at the same time every day. So, you know, that couple of hours can make a difference, but that's when the recovery is just so important after game, what you do, when you do it, how you do it. And then it's your mindset too. You know, Mali, like we said, even though they lost, they were up and about after that game and have lots of energy. And Czechia, the other thing is, you know, playing that game where perhaps they were able to do some things that they can't get away with in today's game as well. So I'm sure they will settle into this game.
Well, they coughed it up here, and a chance for Rocky Dumbia. Wants to go solo here. Couldn't find the finishing touches. Kone, O-board, and the putback, and already it's out to an 8-point lead. So timeout call by Czechia here. 6 minutes played, and Mali have burst out of the blocks here, 19-11. Siki Kone having a good start. She's got 6 points on 2 of 2 from the field. And also getting it done from the free throw line, where they are a perfect 6 of 6 so far. And Czechia coach Romana Potakova, that's what to take the players in here and have a chat. Fifteen to 7 in the last 4 minutes is the run from Mali. After it was seesawing back and forth, the league changing hands early on. They put together a nice run here. Getting some solid contributions as well. Kone with 6. Debu has knocked down a triple. Mbeli with 6. Rocky Dumbia with 4 points in the game. So right now, that's picked up where they left off last night. As we've spoken about, while they didn't get the win against China, still able to match them in a lot of different areas and will take a lot away from that game. There's a point the difference midway through the third against China, so it gives you an indication of how well they play. But Czechia, well, they were super impressive in their win, but a tougher opponent here today is testing them. Holishimska with it. Shot clock works to 10. They stood off. Sigarova deep for the 3 ball. Can't get it done. They've got all the answers at the moment. Mali, Mbeli retreats. Dumbia is confident. She enjoyed that contest yesterday, and it's just a spring in her step. Mbeli spins baseline, ran into traffic there in the form of Natalia Stopolova, and came up empty.
Dembele started this game with a lot of energy, and that's probably why she was inserted into the starting lineup, and she brings that extra bit of strength and physicality as well.
Petra Holishimska with it. A little over 3 minutes out from quarter time. She's off the mark here. Rebound grabbed by Mama Sisse. Won't confuse her with any of her teammates in this game. Dank. Well, they pass just off the mark. They're on a different wavelength there. Rocky Dumbia, she tried to get the ball back to her teammate in Sika Kone. She zigged when the zag was on, I think. Glory, and the turnover resulted. Already 4 turnovers for Czechia at the moment as well.
Great pass, great look inside. Just caught her out of the corner of her eye. Good positioning by Reisengerova.
6 the margin. Mali on top. Oh, active hands there. Slapping it down Shodolova. Dumbia recovers, but good hustle again there from Karolina Shodolova. Almost stole it from him and then got back in D and deflected it out of court. So Dembele to restart. Sisse hands over. The outside shot tumbles for Elizabeth Darbu, who knocks down her second 3 of the game. Quick release at the other end, though, so that's a nice reply as well from Stopolova.
Well, that's a great reply. You don't have time to congratulate your teammate, yourself. You've got to get back on D-Trans, because certainly Czechia took advantage of that.
Cumbia works back to the right-hand side. The elbow, they left her alone. This time it rattles around, jumped out. Kone kept it alive for the offensive rebound. Now wants to take on Rasingarova aggressively. She travelled if there wasn't a foul. They've called the travelling violation. It's a good defensive pressure there coming from Czechia.
Kone is such a great rebounder. She had 9 rebounders, and you know there's other players that are taller, that are out there, but she just uses her body so well to position herself to get the rebound.
IQ is high level as well. Malakova into the game for her first minutes. They get the ball to her. She thought about pulling the trigger. Now lets her put it on the deck. It was a worthwhile pass inside. Pospisilova got it off with the left hand and earned a trip to the free throw line as she was fouled in the process.
Really good movement off the ball. Seeing that her defender had her player or had her head just slightly turned, slashed straight to the basket, and a really nice pass to her.
Julia Pospisilova plays for Montpellier in France and averages 7 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. 75% free throw shooter in that competition, where she plays around 27 minutes a game. Played in Spain and spent time in the US at the University of Wisconsin as well. Well travelled, lots of experience, and good fundamentals as well. So the margin cut to 5. It was 9. We sent 4 unanswered points here from Czechia with 90 seconds on the clock in 2-quarter time. Substitutions being named. We're going to see Gianna Valera for the first time, replacing Sika Kone. She started in the game yesterday. Valera had 7.6 rebounds in 14 minutes, so certainly held up her end of the bargain.
Well, and you know, you look at her size and the size that they were playing against in China, so I have no doubt that's the reason that she started and did a good job yesterday.
Took on Amachakova and got no response, and no change from it there. Quick release shot, little deep coming from Shotilova. Good hustle again there from Maimouna Haidara. Gets it back now, and clock is a problem for us at the moment. Shot clock didn't restart, so well spotted by Venislav Velikov from Bulgaria. Just going to address that. And Martin Davison suggesting that, I think 11 was the number he was talking about, was it? No, 18.
I'm a bit surprised we see number 22, Emma Shakova, on the court. She's got 2 fouls. She certainly wouldn't want to pick up her third one in this first quarter.
Mali to restart, up 5, under a minute to play, opening quarter. There's an upset looming here, although is it an upset? 18 Mali in the world, 17 Czechia. Good contest looms. Hope you're going to stay with us here wherever you may be watching. Penetration came from Valera. Had to kick it outside. There was nothing on offer. And that's Haidara knocking down the shot after the event. Good practice nonetheless. A tough shot she knocked down after the event. So I think after the timeout from Romana Potakova that they have just turned up the wick a little bit here, Czechia. They've scored the last 4. Coincided with Shotilova being injected into the game, and Stopolova as they combine. They go for it once more. Stopolova got a good look here. Caught the 3 deep. Hustle just couldn't get there, Petra Malakova. So spills out of quarter. Mali will restart. Shot clock going to be just a couple of seconds inside the game clock here. Kumari, a teenager, onto the floor for the conclusion of the opening quarter here.
Czechia into a zone.
10 on the shot clock. Kumari. Haidara. Got good spacing there. Can't connect though. The rebound falls to Malakova. Got time here. Jakova. Extra pass was a good one. And the defense outstanding from Mama Sisse, who crashes across Emma Jakova to knock the ball out of court.
Really good timing by Sisse. That wasn't easy because things were moving quickly then.
2.2 here for Czechia to make something happen. Restart. Pospisilova got a look, and she can't complete. And the first quarter concludes, and Mali find themselves on top. It's been a good contest, and at the end of one, it's Mali 22 leading Czechia 17.
Well, Well, it's as we expected, John. The way Mali has come out, we saw that exact thing last night. They don't take a backward step to anybody, and I'm not sure you could say either of these teams are
3 different continents. Check out the Dominic Malonga dunk versus the Philippines for France. That's worth having a look at. You'll get that on 1891. So possession arrow with Mali. We get underway here in this second term. Patient, looking for a high percentage play. Shot clock rolls to single digits here. That's Haidara who puts it on the deck, got close to the hoop and came up with her first score in the game. So a 7-point edge here for Mali. Stopolova. Runs across. Penetration was good. Wraparound finish from Eliška Hamzova. Pretty to watch.
Well, Hamzova can do it from the perimeter. She was 2 from 3 yesterday, or as that drive we just saw, how explosive. But talk about explosive. Number 12, Dembele, who started the game, didn't start yesterday. She's been very good.
She's shown the coach what she can do with 8 points to lead all scorers, but also showing us what she can do is Veronika Voracova, her first score in the game. Penetration here again from Haidara, who draws a foul and gets to the free throw line. Very even contest. Both teams working hard. I think we're going to enjoy this one.
Well, you know, it might come down to defensively. Who can, you know, really wrap the other team up? Who can get in the passing lanes? Who can be up and in and cause some havoc on defense and not let either team get into a flow or a tempo or feeling comfortable.
Czechia were a perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the opening quarter. And Mali have now made 8 free throws without a miss in the game. So a 6-point edge.
Well, as we know, free throws in a close game can make or break you, so it's good to see that sort of percentage.
Terrific defense there from Sika Kone as she closed down Yulia Rastingarova. And penetration again, the finish from Haidara. I like it. 8-point lead. Pospisilova baseline. Pocket pass was off the money. Haidara came up with it. Bounces past one, but then didn't realise Eliška Hamzova was lurking beyond that. Rastingarova. Good contest with Sika Kone, and that's a nice finish from her as well. She's got 8 in the game. Yeah, frantic first 2 minutes of this second quarter.
It certainly has.
Doumbia, a nice Euro step. The finish just not there for Haidara. Had it. Stopolova, though, tried to get it away from her forces. And the possession arrow is going to be with Czechia. There was very physical work down there between Rastingarova and Sika Kone. As you mentioned, Laurie, Kone generally giving up some size to her opponents, but she doesn't back down at all. Rastingarova has got about 5 centimetres on her, according to our stats. Hamzova picks up the dribble. Boleshinska. That's slapped away. Active hands there came from Doumbia, but the ball spills here to Voracova. And she's fouled and is going to the stripe here for a pair of free throws.
Well, the foul is that she have to give the player room to land. And she took that space away from her, so she virtually landed on her feet. Luckily, nobody, no ankles were involved in that situation, but that's where the foul came from.
Voracova was only 50% from the free throw line for Zaragoza, a club team in Spain. That's well short. She might get another chance here. Kept alive. A mistake from Mali. Boleshinska. What about pulling the trigger? And elected to use Stopolova instead. Red numbers on the shot clock now for Czechia. Need to get busy. Oh, good footwork. She made something out of nothing. That's excellent work from Eliška Hamzova.
It really was, because there was a lot of pushing and shoving out there that she had to navigate through on that finish.
Skip pass. Here's Dembele firing the triple. Kone, the O board. And a quick whistle there from Natasha Dragojevic. So another foul going to be called here on Czechia. Second team foul in this quarter. Mali have committed one so far. Haidara to restart. He's got Dembele available. Shot clocked at 10. Valera hands off. Haidara in the paint. Doumbia, the left-handed, fires and comes up with a three.
They are doing a lot of good things out there, Mali, just in their shot selection.
3 of 6 from deep as well is the percentage you want on the three ball. Here's Holishinska trying to get to the baseline. Nothing on offer down there, and then she split two teammates with the pass. I weren't quite sure it was intended for Vrachkova or hands over, and it ended up out of court. Turnover number 5 for them. Likewise, Mali with 5. Confident shooting. Nice finish there from Doumbia. He's up to 7 in the game, including the first 3. She penetrates baseline. What a good look. High percentage play, but Kone was off the mark with the finish. Holishinska thought about going on with it. Eventually did. It came up empty. And Kone grabs another rebound. Rebound number 6 already for Sika Kone. Valera feeds the ball to the danger in Dembele.
Good
Gets
follow.
her own rebound and draws a foul to get to the stripe.
That is, you are the best person to follow up your shot. You can see the flight of the ball and go after your O board. And as soon as it left her hand, she was blasting in to get that O rebound and came up with it. Put back foul in the line, on the line.
Romana Potakova calls timeout. Earns her second and final timeout of the first half. We've still got almost 6 minutes left on the clock, but she's obviously displeased with what she is seeing at the moment. Giving up 4 O boards. Rebound count overall is 13-12.
Dáváš hned, buď zastaví rovnou, anebo pokračují dál, ale dostanete se do pohybu. Ať je to palec, nebo je to rameno a dostanete se do pohybu.
No need for panic stations just yet. They're getting good contributions across the board here, Mali, as you can see. Dembele, Doumbia, Haidara, Kone has also been effective. And the margin is 7.
Well, you're right. There is no need for panic stations. There's a long time left in this game, but I think Czechia just need to lift. They need to lift their energy levels. They need to lift their talk on the court, their connectiveness with each other. It just looks a little bit disjointed right now.
Now you see Haidara at 11 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in the game yesterday against China, or last night against China. Played the 30 minutes. And the streak from the free throw line continues here for Mali. That's a perfect 9. And Dembele's got 5 of those. And she defies all attempts from the commentators to put the curse on. And adds to the tally. So that's a perfect 10. There's a chance for them to even extend the margin.
Not a good pass inside. And what a great pass inside at the other end to answer.
Mali looking strong here. 11-point margin. And Czechia just on their heels at the moment. Going to have to lift the tempo. Session arrow here is with Mali, so they're making things happen. They've got Czechia just under pressure. See the excellent pass from Doumbia inside. Assist number 6 for Mali. 8 assists so far for Czechia. Middle stages of the second. Haidara, penetration is good, finish not quite there. Holishinska leads the charge. Sadhamarova's checked into the game. And the pass inside is a good one for Chikova's finishing touches.
It's a good idea to get her involved. She can be a big target out there. We know she played really well yesterday. In fact, she had 11 points yesterday, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. So, yes, she has a couple of fouls out there, but, you know, she needs to be involved.
Sadhamarova uses Singarova and now Holishinska. Shot clock to 10. Holishinska fires. Got front and back of the rim. It wouldn't work for her, though. Loose ball. Sisse gets after it just in time. Feeds Haidara. And now a chance for Mali. Doumbia. Sisse goes to Haidara. Staying there patient. Kone winking against Singarova. Outside the pass. Back off the foot. We'll have to reset that.
Patience is a good word that Mali is using, or is doing right now. They're looking at their options. They're not feeling rushed. They're not feeling like they have to get a shot up early. It's good movement by the players and the ball, and I like the way they're handling the situation.
10 on the shot clock. Doumbia took them on, thought she had an advantage there, and found one to earn a trip to the free throw line. See if they can continue this streak. Sadhamarova, just 162 centimetres, so she is the smallest player here at this tournament, and Doumbia was keen to take advantage of that. Given she's 175, I guess she doesn't get to post up too many people, but she wanted the chance there.
Doumbia, to me, is the real controlling factor for Mali right now. She's controlling not only the tempo, but the way the ball moves around. She's calling the shots, what plays, what people to get open. We see her step off the court now for a well-deserved rest. And Samaseku comes in her place.
Perfect 12 of 12 from the free throw line, Mali. Doumbia sits down with 9 points, a couple of assists, steal, a rebound, just the 1 turnover as well. Singarova, the target inside. The pass was an awkward one, and they can't keep it alive. Haidara running. Kone down low, attracted the double team, releases the ball for Dabu, and she travelled. Had feet in action before the mine was ready to work as well. But again, aggressive turnovers are ones you can live with.
Czechia in this last 3.5 minutes, they just have to steady the ship, get some really good looks, be calm in this situation, don't panic. It's still a long time to go. Get this back under 10. Get the game on your terms. Right now, it's totally on Mali's terms.
At 42 at halftime yesterday, Czechia. 28 here at the moment, 3.5 left. Now whistle off the ball here as Chikova hits the deck. And Mama Sisse is looking a little sheepish here, and she's going to pick up the foul. So it's going to be her second. Only the 4th foul in the game overall.
Yeah, she was just trying to get front position.
Malikova, Stopolova. Shot clock to single digits here. Holishinska. A little undecided. Chikova was the target down low. She got a good look, high percentage play, and she couldn't finish it, but she's fouled and off to the free throw line. That's what you were talking about, Lou. I think stay composed.
Yes.
Just go through your motions. Go to what works for you. Stay strong with it, and don't be overawed or a little anxious given the scoreline is just creeping away from you.
Well, even in that shot where for Czechia, she didn't panic. She got the ball high. She kept it high. She looked at what her options were. She didn't just throw it up on the backboard. And, you know, so she finds herself at the foul line now and can cut this margin back. And we see her miss the first one.
That's 3 in a row from the stripe. Misses for Czechia. 21-year-old, youngest player on this team. Come through the ranks of the under-20s and under-18s in Czechia and plays with USK Praha. She puts together good numbers on a regular basis.
Well, she has a high basketball IQ, but she actually has a high IQ. She speaks 4 languages at such a young age. Amazing. Her family moved around, and you know, wherever she was, she learned that language. So pretty impressive young lady.
Just showing off 4 languages. Or struggling with 1. Work to do. Well, the pass is a wild one from Haidara. Just a little too much on it. Trickles out of court, so it's not the type of play that Romana Patakova was looking for. So Katerina Haidara is going to get an explanation about that. Was we're going to look at Maimouna Haidara. 8 points in the game for her now. She's got a couple of assists, couple of rebounds, couple of steals. Just doing a little bit of everything, as we saw her do yesterday in the opening game. Well, it was 11, 8 and 5 her numbers. Samasiku the pass where she wanted it either, and here's a chance. Good hustle back on D. What on Balera there. Asked to put the stops on Stopalova. And in the corner, Anyalova fires onto the floor. Can't connect. Haidara puts it to Kone, who takes on Chikova and goes with the right hand. Just couldn't convert, but kept alive. And the finishing arches applied by Elizabeth Dabu.
It's an offensive rebound that we know they're really focused on trying to get.
8 in the game now for Dabu. Her first score in this quarter inside 2 minutes left on the clock. Malikova, Anyalova, top of the key. Offensive foul is going to be called here on Chikova as well, so that's going to be 3 on her.
Yeah.
And that's a poor result for Czechia.
Well, it was one of those situations where, as a big, you sort of shake your head because you've gone to set the screen and the guard leaves too early. You want to be, wait till I have my feet set. And she picks up her 3rd foul, but still stays out on the court.
That's a roll of the dice from coach Romana Patakova. 90 seconds left on the clock. Haidara, nothing on offer for her. So goes to Kone. Looks for the penetration to the right hand again. Couldn't finish it. And that's going to be waved away. No continuation. Then New Zealand referee Martin Davidson has found a foul out of all of that.
I think there was just a push on the offensive rebound just to establish position. And if that foul hadn't been called, it was 2 points on the putback.
Haidara with her 2nd personal. It's only 6 fouls in total have been called on Mali. 10 for Czechia so far in the game. Mali had the better of it. There's still some time here for Eliška Hamzova, Czechia, to build some momentum going into the second half. Prachkova, that's a slow pass. Singarova did well to reel that in. Into the bucket, a little off balance. Thought she was fouled. There was no whistle forthcoming. Outside shot here from Dabu. She knocks down the 3.
That is a big basket before halftime.
That's 11 in the game now for Elizabeth Dabu, including 3 of 4 from deep. And they've got Czechia at 6s and 7s here. Margin at 13. Haidara adds to the tally. It's a 15-point lead here for Mali as we head toward half-time, and Czechia have got big problems. (48-29) in fact is the equation. It's 19. It may be about to get worse for them. Haidara did a good job there to remain composed, stayed with it, and then drew a foul. And they have got Czechia all at sea here at the moment.
Well, they do. They're not sure, you know, their passes are very slow, and the defense, giving the time for the defense to anticipate, get a hand in it, then they're pushing it down the court really quickly and attacking. And so right now, Czechia just don't have an answer for anything.
The margin at 19. Haidara on the free throw line. Mali at 12 of 12 from the stripe so far. Haidara's 2 of 2 is her contribution to that tally. Got 4 players who have been to the stripe so far in the game. Mali, Czechia just the 3. And it had to break the streak eventually. And after 12 consecutive free throws, it is Maimouna Haidara who has the blemish. Composed enough to make the adjustment though, and it's out to a 20-point lead here as we head toward the major break. (27-12) is the equation in this quarter. And they've really turned it on deep in this term. Anyalova in the corner gets a good look, but is off the mark. Malikova grabs the rebound and took one to the chops as well. So free throws to come here for Czechia with Mali over the limit. There you see the contact. And so free throws coming now. Czechia, well, they've had their problems in terms of shooting from the free throw line, as we pointed out in this term. And the woes continue. Missing both. So Mali with the last say here. They're up 20 at the moment. Sabu, Kone must get it off. It's going to be after the event. Didn't have time for the dribble, but they won't be too concerned because they have opened up a very impressive lead here at halftime. Turned on the Jets there in the second half of the second quarter. They led by 5 at quarter time, and we get to the major break here, and it is a lead that we certainly weren't expecting. Laurie Chiswick, we thought this was going to be a tight affair, but as you can see here at halftime, the possession arrow. Vodachkova is going to restart here. We've seen some changes to the starting 5. So Stopalova, who started yesterday and came off the bench today, is starting the second half here. And advance of Jakova in the corner. The shot is off the mark there from Hamzova. Mali, they return to their original starting 5. Let's see if they can continue on with the good work. Haidara, spinning baseline play of the game so far. Well, that was ominous for Czechia. They came up empty with a wild shot at one end, and then it was just poetry in motion from Mali at the other end, and Haidara wants to go back to back, and she gets it done.
Well, that's the challenge for Mali, is to stay focused and to not let any intensity drop, and they certainly haven't in these first minute of this third quarter.
Outside shot drops, and they needed that as Oleshinska knocks down her second 3 of the game. 2 of 6 from deep for her 6 points. Well, there's a lot of confidence about this Mali team at the moment. Kone isolated one-on-one here against Rasingarova. Decides not to go on with it. Shot clock works to red numbers, so the aggressive work comes forward from Dembele. Takes them on, and she's going back to the free throw line. She's been good so far in this game. Perfect 6 of 6 from the stripe.
Well, again, a good decision. You can just see the determination on her face, and she knows she's going to attract some defenders there, but she was strong with the ball, strong with her body, and now she gets to the foul line.
%80 free throw shooter with a club team in Spain, with Juventud. Averaged 8 points, 2 rebounds at the World Cup in Sydney 4 years ago. Never looked like missing.
What a turnaround in free throw shooting from Mali. Against China, they were 4 from 9, 44%. Right now, they're above 90%.
Outside shot comes here from Oleshinska. It's as though this out of the 3 ball's going to be the way to get this done, but they're 3 of 15 from long range, including 1 of 3 in this quarter. All 3 shots since half-time have been from beyond the perimeter for Czechia.
Well, and they've been relatively early shots. You'll get that shot after you've made Mali play, 18, 20 seconds of defense. You will get that open shot again. But defense will be out of order. You might get a chance at a no board, and I think that's where they've got to start making better decisions.
Mali have really taken them out of their comfort zone. It's almost like they've lost their confidence at the moment and a little unsure of themselves. Mali are operating at a very high level. Kone shares it across Dembele. Now Haidara. Shot clock about to expire. She has to get it off and can't get it done. Holishinsky with a rebound. Celebrating her 29th birthday. Not going the way she would have liked at the moment. Celebrations might be a little muted if this continues. Borachkova. She comes up with a triple.
Really good screen by Rysinarova to open up her teammate.
2 of 2 from deep for Borachkova. She needs to be taking more shots, and that's good hustle as well there from Eliška Hamzova. She knocks the ball down out of court, just putting some pressure on Mali. And we saw in the game last night against China, with some pressure, it changes their attitude a little. Going to push players up the floor here now. 2.5 minutes played in the third. A big error, and she gets the finish this time.
Smart play by Haidara.
Maybe they can build on that. Hamzova just giving Doumbia plenty to think about at the moment. And she's a composed operator. Threaded the needle inside. Haidara, one way, back the other. Triple team. They took it away from her. So they're starting to build here. Off and running. Borachkova, Hamzova, inside. Now back outside. So good hustle back from Mali here. And a whistle, a foul going to be called here on Dembele. It's going to be her first personal.
And that's good for Czechia. A couple of stops in a row. And you make sure that you can convert at the other end.
Only the 8th foul in the game on Mali. That's aggressive work here from Borachkova. Nothing on offer. Rysinarova down low, good catch. Sat on the rim and took a look, didn't like the view. She has had a lot of joy from the referees here, Yulia Rysinarova. And again, she's having a word with Natasha Dragojevic about the contact that's happening down low. But right now, Omar Sidia and Mali have got this where they want it. Margin is 18, 3 minutes played, term number 3. And it's over to the baseline. Another foul going to be called. Second team foul on Mali in this term.
Good idea to drive that, because with Rysinarova over on the opposite block, Kone's really conscious of her and not at the split line ready to help. So it opens up that driving lane.
Hamzova was good in the opening game with 12 points. But they've come up empty here. Kone hands over. Rokia Doumbia. And they're patient with it. Shot clock rolls to red numbers now. Haidara lobs it inside. Turn to the baseline from Dembele, and it's all the bottom of the net.
So that is a picture of patience out there.
14 in the game for her, but a quick reply at the other end for Rysinarova.
Great look inside, but at that other end, that was just moving the ball and taking your time and letting things develop.
10 in the game now for Rysinarova. She leads Czechia. Mali have 3 players in double digits at the moment, and a 4th with 9. And there was heavy contact there for Lima Dembele. Let's hope she's okay. Stopolova picks up the foul. Going to be her 3rd personal. Already Chikova sits down with 3 fouls. And she's going to check back in with those 3. Coach has a lot of confidence in her to be able to play with that distraction. So 5 on the shot clock. Ambitious pass inside, but Kone reels it in. Can't finish it though. Now Haidara grabs the O board, and a quick whistle here. Another foul is going to be called on Czechia. And that's not going to thrill Yulia Rysinarova, as she's called for her 3rd personal. Can't get a call at the other end. Here's in replay. So Mali restart eventually. Kone. Now Doumbia. And very constructive with her work. Carrying the ball today. Between the legs. Pulls up in front of Hamzova, but she's off the mark. And a little bit going on off the ball as well now. Seems as though Czechia feel they're not getting the rub of the green.
Yeah, and I think it's a really important time of the game. If Czechia want to get back into it, they have to sort of gain their composure, especially Raisingiara, because she is so important to this team. And right now she's, you know, feeling the heat of not getting some calls that she feels that she should.
Aggressive work here as she gets down low. Now the frustration just perhaps didn't help there in terms of the finish. This from Rocky Dumbia, harassed by Hamzova, and she went back for seconds, enjoying the contest. Haidara, a pass for Kone, kept her busy. Again, the shot clock rolls to red numbers here. Dumbia's going to have to make something happen in a hurry.
Nice
She's dispossessed. Alishka Hamzova took the ball away from her, and Dumbia doesn't like the call. Just being told to calm down here. She picks up the foul.
I thought Borakova did a great job of coming across and taking away that drive to the basket. It's part of that, forcing a turnover.
So a 24-point margin has been cut to 18. Czechia try and work their way back into the frame here. Pospisilova putting it on the deck here. Here's Alishka Hamzova off the mark. Kone had it. Ball spills free. Scooped up here by Dembele. The MO from Mali in this third term has been get the shot clock, use all of it.
And that's working well for them.
Making Czechia play some D. Haidara bounces off one defender. Whistle on the play. Foul going to be called here. I think Barachkova is going to pick up the personal foul. That's going to be her first personal.
We see on that replay there's such a smart play by Haidara, going right at the body of Raisingerova and then bouncing off into another defender, but she wasn't, you know, if you initiate the contact, you have control.
Fourth foul, in fact, third foul is going to be.
3 players for Czechia now have 3 fouls.
And they're over the limit with more than 4 minutes left on the clock in this third quarter, so that's a concern for them as well. Margin at 20, that's where we started this quarter. Barachkova treading away from the D, single digits on the shot clock now. Nothing on offer, bounce pass for Raisingerova. Takes them on, draws a foul. It's going to be on Elizabeth Darbu, who picks up her second personal. 4th team foul now on Mali in this third quarter. So there'll be some free throws to be had here in the last 4 minutes. Well, the pass inside cut out. Haidara read it nicely. Forces the error, so Mali come forward, up 20. 10 apiece here in this third term. After a tick over 6 minutes, Haidara, baseline, Chikova corrals her, outside shot, Dembele. Off the mark, good hustle again. So 2 Mali players after the rebound and 1 from Czechia. Tells the story. And foul going to be called here on the retreating Shotilova. So free throws to come again from Mali, who are already 17 of 18 in the game from the stripe. And to put that into context, 3 of 8 from the stripe is the stat for Czechia.
Well, they don't look rushed at all, do they, Mali? They are just getting the ball through hands, looking at their options. Are there any mismatches? Are there any driving lanes out there? And when they do put it to the floor, they're doing it really aggressively. So their decision-making right now is taking time off the clock as well, and it's still that 20-point lead.
Alima Dembele's free throw streak ends at 8. Misses one, makes the adjustment. Pospisilova up the floor quickly. Outside shot comes now, but it's deep from Oleshinska. They just can't make any inroads at the moment, Czechia. Oh, it's a wild pass there, the left-hander from Rocky Dumbia.
Oh, I was just about to say how Dumbia is playing such a great role in this game, slowing the tempo down, making the right decisions. Just threw the ball away in that instance, but I've been very impressed with her.
Just her 3rd turnover of the game. She had only 1 turnover last night in the game against China. Timeout called here. 3:20 left on the clock.
Referee's just having a quiet word to the players to keep things intact.
It just looked like it was about to boil over, didn't it?
It did. The physicality of it. And really it's the frustration of Czechia feeling they're not getting the calls. And the thing is that you've got to make sure that you're staying on top of that.
Well, Czechia scored the first 2 points of the game, but haven't been in front since then. It was out to a 9-point buffer at one stage in the first. It was out to 20 at half-time. Been out as high as 24 here in the third. Sits at 21, and that's full credit to Mali, just the way they've gone about it, because at times Czechia have put together some good basketball, but Mali have just been able to manage it a little bit better. Have been on a 7-0 run in the first quarter. They scored the last 10 going into half-time, and there's no sign of them taking their foot off the accelerator here.
Well, when you're down by that margin, you feel rushed. You feel like you need to take the first available shot, whether it's a 3 or a 2. And in fact, that's not the case. They need to make sure that they're patient, see what they're getting.
Chikova had it knocked out of her hands there. Well done by Elizabeth Darbu to win it back for Mali. And we move inside the last 3 minutes of the third. And they appear to have all the answers here at the moment.
Well, look how they're just slowing it down there.
Oh, good pass inside from Kone, and Dumbia just couldn't handle it. Wry smile. The pressure right on Shotilova. Czechia at the moment. Oleshinska. Free throws to come as she's fouled. Really was an unnecessary foul there from Sika Kone as well, but it's her first of the game. So Oleshinska heads to the free throw line here. First trip to the free throw line in this game for her. That first trip to the free throw line in the tournament. Free throw shooter in her club for Emtak in Turkey, so no surprise we got that result. 2:41 on the clock here until three-quarter time. Dumbia sits down along with Darbu. And it's Kone happy to do the ball carrying duties before handing over now to Maimouna Haidara. Game shot clock to 10. Haidara gets it back now. Skip play. Dembele inside, shut down. Chikova read that nicely. The block shot forces a shot clock violation. Continuation waved away.
That was good defense by Czechia. It really gave Mali nothing out there. They didn't have any looks at the basket, any passing lanes. That's the sort of defense they need to continue to play.
They've done a good job, Czechia, of restricting Mali to just 11 points in this quarter. Trouble is they've only scored 12 of their own. Shotilova needs help. Pospisilova supplies it. Low catch, but again, the D was good to recover there. Pospisilova forced into an awkward shot, couldn't get it done. Funi Sissoko. Kone. Now Sisse at the top of the key. And again, they wind that shot clock down. Red numbers. Sissoko outside. Haidara puts it on the deck. Shot clock about to expire in the background. Oh, the whistle came just before that, and a foul is going to be called here on Petra Oleshinska. After they'd played 23 seconds of good defense.
I agree with what you're saying, John, that rarely has a shot, unless it's been a fast break opportunity, which there hasn't been many of. They are quite happy to slow it down and not really look at any options until, around that 5-second mark that's left. And that's been a good strategy for them right now. Keeping Czechia to 41 points, scoring 60 themselves. A low-scoring game suits them.
Coaching here from Omarou Sidia from Mali as well. He's getting his key players some rest here with this healthy buffer in the last 90 seconds of the third. Getting his bench players out there. Haidara is one of the starters out there at the moment, but she is the only one. And she's put together a good game as well, Maimouna Haidara. So that's 18 points now for her, including 7 in this period, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Just stuffing the stat sheet. Shot comes from Czechia. Off the mark. Thought she was fouled taking the shot, Barachkova, and just appealing to referee Natasha Dragojevic here. Getting much love, but the foul has been called, so free throws to come here for Emma Chikova.
That's what I feel right now. Czechia, every single call that they feel they've missed, they're having a little chat to the referees, which means that that's taken their focus away from what's up next. You've got to just let it go. And I know it's hard, but that, I think, has really impacted the way they're playing out there.
And Chikova makes the adjustment now, up to 6 points, 3 rebounds in the game for her. She's also got 3 fouls to contend with. Sissoko stripped off. That was well read. Emma Chikova now can rush to the other end and add to the tally. So 7 in the game now for her. Margin 17. Those bench players have still got another minute to try and navigate through here. And a 3-second violation has been called here on Guyana Balera. And Haidara, the only starter on the floor at the moment, is just urging her teammates to take it easy and slow it down, because they've given up the fast break layup for Emma Chikova. Now they've turned the ball over with a 3-second violation in the key.
Good opportunity for Czechia to close that margin one more time.
17 the spread. They look inside, high percentage play. Pospisil over, just had too much on the shot from close range. Opportunity goes begging there. Haidara spinning to the baseline. Oh, she's a whirling dervish, and she gets down to the baseline and banks another 2. Chikova at the other end with a quick reply. Maimouna Haidara up to 20 points, including 9 in this quarter out of the 14 a team have come up with. She's been outstanding. Heading toward 3-quarter time. Here's Haidara, who's been impressive as well. Gets beyond one defender, off the front of the rim, outside shot from Balera, the buzzer, the big 3. Mali have got all the answers here, and they go into 3-quarter time on the back of a massive 3 from Guyana Balera with a first score in the game, and that extends the margin back to where it started at half-time with a 20-point gap. With a quarter to play, Mali 20. Having their way here with Czechia 46, 66-46.
Nothing like shooting that ball, and as it's released from your hand, the red light goes off.
Won Olympics when they went to Beijing in 2008 and didn't win a game there. Didn't win a game in Sydney in the World Cup in 2022 either. We've sorted our problems out and we're back underway. Mali with the possession arrow and a 20-point lead here against Czechia. Doumbia double team, needs help. Oh, it opened up down low from close range. Sisse couldn't get it done. Well, that's going to haunt her tonight when she's lying in bed.
Well, some really good flex action, baseline cutting, good screens. Just found her wide open.
Well, they need a break, Czechia. Maybe that's a start for them here. Sisse once more on the retreat. And Debu hands over to Doumbia. It's Dembele. Invariably, she gets inside. Penetration is good. D was good there from Chikova, though. Stopped her in her tracks, so they get a stop.
Really did a great job at split line, was straight up.
There's Raisingarova from deep on the floor. She's off the mark. Easy rebound for Dabu. But Dabu hasn't scored in the second half. Oh, that's a poor error there. Kone, the ball just eluded her. And Sika Kone has not scored since quarter time. And she's one of their main offensive threats, so it gives you an indication of, Laurie pointed out, the depth and other people picking up the slack here. Shot clock is down to 1. Going to have to put it up. It's going to be after the event. A little too casual with it there. A second shot clock violation. 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth here for Mali.
A couple of good stops by Czechia. Now they just need to put on the pressure offensively. But instead of taking an early shot like we just saw Raisingarova the last time, put the ball around, get the ball moving. Make Mali play some defense out there.
Kolishinska, Raisingarova, deep pass, Chikova, neat footwork,
Great
nice
job.
finish from her. She's now got 12 and leads Czechia.
That's how they're going to break this margin or bring it down, is by playing like a team.
Mali come up empty again, but they might get it back. Whistle on the play now. Chikova in the vicinity here is going to be called for the foul. It's going to be her 4th personal. There really wasn't any need for it. Mitigating circumstances in the wrong place at the wrong time, but she gets a seat nonetheless. Having just made the basket, she has 12. Raisingarova has 10. Only 2 in double digits for Czechia. Mali has 3 in double digits. Haidara with 20. Dembele 15. Dabu 11. And Dubia with it now has 9. Halima Dembele for the 3 ball. Off the mark. Mama Sisse crashes the boards. Got plenty of it. Did it aggressively, and there was a domino effect behind her. Raisingarova went down. I think Kone was on the end of it all. She tumbled down as well, as you can see right there. All appear to be okay, which is the best part of the whole scenario. Mali come up empty once more. So they're none of 3 from the field in this last quarter. We played 2 minutes. Baseline. Kolishinska. Tough shot, but she just controlled it nicely and adds to her tally. So she's into double digits now as well.
Well, Holly Shinska, because she's known to be a 3-point shooter, defenders close her out nice and long, carrying a hand. So it was a good result for her to then punch it into the basket. And another good steal here by Czechia. This could be a turning point for them.
Rachkova. Raisingarova. Kolishinska. 2.5 played in the last quarter. They lob it down low. Raisingarova goes to work. That's good defense. She stays with it though, and a double teamed. So initially the defense was supplied by Elizabeth Dabu, and then it was Sika Kone with the help. And that's been the problem for Yulia Raisingarova the whole game, is that they've had multiple defenders, and she's really played as the lone tall for Czechia. Still no score for Mali here in the final term. Almost 3 minutes played. 1 shot clock violation to their credit. That's almost an offensive foul. In fact, it's seen the other way by Vladislav Velikov of Bulgaria. He's called a blocking foul here on Eliška Hamzova. So bailout. You see the contact. So Mali get a new 14 clock, but just struggle to get it in. That's good hustle again from Eliška Hamzova. Lubia's going to be taken out of the game. Sits down here, replaced by Maimouna Haidara. Dumbia hasn't scored since half-time. Looked good in the first 2 quarters. Well, the shot, great defense again. Coming there from Varachkova. Shuts down Dabu, and now Hamzova at the other end. Had it stolen away. Sika Kone with it. Now Dembele. She's left open, got a good look, off the mark. And reaching in Sisse. Just dislodges the ball away there from Petra Holoshinska. Thought there might have been a foul called as well. Wasn't the way it was seen by the referees. 3.5 played here in the final quarter. Mali yet to score. Margin has come down from a game-high 24 in the third to 16 at the moment. And a chance for them to edge even a little closer here. Korachkova being busy. Stopalova, she knocks down the three, and it's a 13-point spread here.
That looked good, leaving her hand.
7-0 run to start this term.
There's another steal, another deflection.
And another chance for them. Get it up the floor quickly. Stopalova. Looking for Rice-Singarova, but she telegraphed the pass, although Mama Sisse is going to be called for the foul here. And that's going to be her third personal, second team foul on Mali in this term.
So this is what Czechia want. If they can get another basket, there's still lots of time left in this game, get it to that 10-point margin. Then all of a sudden the pressure falls on Mali. They're starting to feel scoreboard pressure. Momentum swings to, you know, it's just a chain of events.
Holishinska decides to fire. Good option. Knocks down another three. It's a 10-point game.
That's what they want. A quick timeout called by Mali. And they are back into it, fired up.
10-0 start to the final quarter has halved the deficit to 10. And this is as close as they have been since the early stages of the second quarter. And the birthday girl, Petra Holishinska, has been doing most of the damage here. Knocked down 3 of 9 from deep, 13 points overall, including 5 in this term out of the 10 a team have come up with. Microphones allowed in the huddle during the fourth quarter under these rules.
So you would have to say, Sor, if we just look at that, the points and the assists, you know, not steals, 14 steals for Mali, but their challenge right now will be to make sure that they still play aggressively. So you can't play to not lose this game. You've got to still play and be aggressive and still have that mindset. I don't mind that they still slow it down, but right now all the momentum is with Czechia. So what Mali has to do is just not freeze up and become too tentative. They've done a fabulous job to be ahead right now at 66 points, so they have to continue to play like that, get the ball in the right people's hands. And Czechia, well, they've got to just keep doing what they're doing right now in this fourth quarter and, you know, forcing some really good stops.
So another twist in this game. Mali appeared to have it under control. But have gone none of 5 from the field in this last quarter. And the pressure from Czechia is really causing them some issues. Deflection almost there from Rice-Singarova, but it gets to Kone.
I like the fact that Czechia were up full court.
Haidara shut down, and Rice-Singarova's got some advice for her as well.
Oh, a little stare down there after that massive block.
I like the aggression from Haidara as well. She's got 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Maimouna Haidara. And that's coming off an 11-8-5 game against China last night. And now an offensive foul is going to be called on Mali as well as Stopalova goes down. And the foul's going to be called here. I think it was actually called there on Elizabeth Dabu. It's a third foul as a team on Mali in this quarter. In fact, Dabu picks up her 4th. So Czechia grabbed all the momentum here. And now the margin is down to single digits as the turnaround shot all the bottom of the net here for Stopalova. Her first score since quarter time. Started the game yesterday, came off the bench today. Mali's still looking for their first score of the last quarter, and it's taken almost 5 minutes for them to find it.
And that'll be a good steadying basket for them because they're feeling the pressure right now with 5 minutes to go. It is now crunch time in this important game.
Rice-Singarova spins baseline. couldn't get it to go. Again, the defensive pressure was there for them. And Kone wants to get on with it quickly. Oh, Risingarova takes the ball away from her and out of court. 14 on the shot clock. So that's a rare time that we've seen Mali go quickly in the offense when there wasn't a lot on. But Sika Kone, quite time of it, just 6 points, hasn't scored since quarter time. And given that nothing else was working in the first 5 minutes, she thought she might try something of her own, but Risingarova had other ideas. So a 10-point game. Hit them belly with that penetration. Worried out of the points here. Good aggressive work from Natalia Stopalova, who's lifted here. Polyshinska back to Stopalova, who's ready to go. Off the mark. Kone the rebound ahead of Chikova. But needs some help here. And uses Haidara.
They've got to get it
over. It's not going to be in time. It's a backcourt violation. Yep. They took 9 seconds. So good pressure, and they're pumped here at the moment, Czechia. They can feel this shift in momentum.
Well, it goes two ways, doesn't it, John? So yes, they can feel the shift in momentum. They're got the energy right now, and conversely, Mali are feeling the pressure now. You know, not letting this game slip. They've been up the whole time.
They look inside. Chikova works to the right hand. Tough shot. Couldn't get it done. Kone the rebound, but it's dislodged from her. They get another chance as Vorachkova fires unsuccessfully. Now Doumbia. Haidara ahead of her.
Doumbia is so impressive in the way she's handling herself and her team on the court.
They need a bucket, and that's an important play as the 3-ball drops here for Elizabeth Dabu. Wow.
Well, they've been using so much of the clock. I thought, oh, that's a bit early, but what a beautiful shot. And well needed at this point in the game.
Really steadies the ship. Dabu now 4 of 5 from long range in her 14 points. Up to 6 rebounds. Playing with 4 fouls at the moment as well. Finished with 15.6 rebounds and lost to China last night. And a good fight back from Czechia, but it was a long way back after they were down double digits in the second quarter and by 24 in term number 3. Drag it back to 8, but what do they have left in the tank here in the last 3:51? Still enough time for them, if good enough. But if Mali keep making shots like that, then that's going to make it extremely difficult. They're 6 of 14 from long range in the game, Mali, at 43%. Selective in what they did from deep.
Well, we saw how quickly Czechia piled on some points just a few minutes ago and brought that margin back down to 8 points. So, you know, they can still get this. 3:51 left is a long time in a game of basketball.
Dabu playing with 4 fouls at the moment. And it's Lishka Hamzova who brings Czechia forward. Chikova. Risingarova goes down off the ball. Now recovers. Penetration from Hamzova to the baseline. Adds the tally.
Really good by Hamzova. Just recognize there was a little bit of chaos there under the basket. The driving lane opened up for her.
Double digits now for her with 10 points in the game. Czechia energized at the defensive end. Shot clock to 10. Haidara exploring. Kone overdue. Still can't get a reply. And the ball knocked down out of court. Last touch by Polyshinska. But I want to look at this. Czechia believe it should be their ball. Referee Martin Davison from New Zealand was right there on the play. Conference here with Natasha Dragojevic. And they are going to overturn it. She was certain, and I think so were Czechia, that it should be their ball.
Tell you what, the referees have had their work cut out for them in this game. Between contentious calls, contentious fouls, the players questioning a lot, the coaches, they've done a fabulous job.
Toughest gig at the tournament. Risingarova now reaching in from behind Kone. That's bordering on an unsportsmanlike foul. Just wanting to hold on to the arm there from Kone. It's going to be a second personal. Risingarova has given them plenty to think about.
Well, I have have to give credit to Raisingarova. She was really seemed to be bothered by the officials in the first 3 quarters, but this 4th quarter, she's really let it go and just been concentrating on her game.
So she's off to the free throw line. 15 points, 7 rebounds in the first game against South Sudan. She was 2 of 2 from the stripe on that occasion. First trip to the free throw line here in this game. 10 points so far, along with 3 rebounds. And the free throw shooting at sub 50% has been part of the problem for them. And Mali have steadied the ship here inside the last 3 minutes. Again, there's pressure on them. They get it across halfway to Kone. Down low, close range here, Dembele. A collision with Holishinska hitting the deck as well. And Dembele, an apology comes from Petra Holishinska. Made a play for the ball, but actually caught Dembele in the face on the way down. Maybe she'll share a birthday cake with her, give her a slice. Petra Holishinska, who turns 29 today. Kone, slicing her over. Now Haidara wants it again. They can't find the passing lane though, and a turnover with Dabu unable to find a handle on it there. So turnover number 24 for Mali. And 7 in this last quarter has been a problem for them, but they still hold an 11-point lead. They put the stops on Czechia at the offensive end after they made that rush at them. Single digits on the shot clock here. Vrachkova, Raisingarova had to defer. 2 on the shot clock. It goes up now. Can't get it done, but the offensive rebound and the putback is there for Emma Chikova. So it's a 9-point ball game. Still some work to do. And plenty of contact happening on the floor. Mali over the limit in terms of fouls in this quarter. We've got 3 here.
Well, it was a great idea to trap there right as she came over the center line, because it's virtually the best place to set a trap, but they just needed to be straight up and not bring their hands down.
So 14 fouls now on Czechia. Going to have to modify their approach. They'll have 2 minutes out from the conclusion here. Dembele puts it on the deck. Chikova playing with 4 fouls. Outside, they get the look. It's off the money there from Elizabeth Dabu, but they keep it alive. Kone. Dembele fires. She's off the front of the rim. The loose ball comes back to Elizabeth Dabu once more. Dembele. Haidara. Kone. Extra pass, a slow one. Shot clock about to expire for Doumbia, and she banked it.
Oh, talk about shot clock management with that one. As it was winding down, it looked like they weren't going to get a shot up, and we just see here recognition. There it goes, and banks it.
Terrific reaction from Rokia Doumbia as well. They were chest pumping it halfway. That's such a big play for them. Just buys them a little more breathing space. They lead by 11. It's been 9 shot misses in possession with Czechia, and they've grabbed some momentum, but left their run just a little too late, one suspects, with 94 seconds left on the clock here. And as we've spoken about earlier, you think that qualification for the World Cup in Germany for these 2 teams perhaps hinged on this game here head-to-head, and Czechia just haven't been able to get it done in terms of their shooting percentage, particularly from deep. 6-23 from deep. 10 of 43 at 23% in the opening game against South Sudan, so it just hasn't been falling for them. Give a lot of credit to Mali though. Hung tough. Playing with 10 players. Czechia to have the benefit of all 12 available. 11 of them have been used. Only player we haven't seen so far in this game is Monika Chikova. So they need to get busy quickly here to have any chance. Hands over. Holoshinska. Good defensive pressure from Mali. Taking a lot of time off the clock here. Rasingarova gets a low catch, but she can't control it. And it trickles out of court. They'll turn it over once more.
Well, they were trying to look at the high-low action. Rasingarova was trying to get good position. It just wasn't there. But you see the long pass here.
Finishing touches provided by Haidara. So neat play there. And she loved it from Rocky Dumbia.
Well, so smart. They know that they're up and in and playing full court because they have to be. So really good anticipation to throw it long.
Long three doesn't work there for Holoshinska. Dumbia under pressure. Haas gets to the halfway line. I'm not sure they got it over in time, but play continues. Tough shot. Kone stays with it. She can't get the finish either. Inside the last 60 seconds. Down 13. Going to need a miracle here. From close range. Couldn't get the finish, unfortunately. Alishka Hamzova. Good wrestle for the loose ball here. And there's some tired players out there at the moment.
You know, it's been a frenetic game, up and down. Physical. Emotional, because we know that the impact of this game, a win or a loss.
See the baseball pass there from Rocky Dumbia, or assist number 4 for her in the game. Total of 13. Slow to get back to her feet here, Elizabeth Dabu. Let's hope she's okay. Oh, terrific game here. Hit 4 threes and her 14 points. They've got good contributions from a number of players, including Haidara with 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Dumbia in double digits. Mbele's provided 15 points, although none of 6 from long range. More free throws to come here for them, with a 19 of 22 in the game.
And to me, it's almost it is also Dumbia that should be recognized too, and she's got 11 points, but it's just the way she's managed this team, managed the tempo that has been played at, and what her team is running has been really exceptional.
First points for Sika Kone since quarter time, which is certainly a surprise. Holoshinska needs help. Stopilova took her eye off the ball and works it to the advantage of Varachkova, who's baseline with no room to go to, and well, they're trying as hard as they can, and sometimes it just comes unstuck, and that was the case there as the pass for Holoshinska had too much on it. And Sika Kone just feeling for her wrist at the moment. I'm not convinced she's 100%. Sort of her impact at the offensive end might suggest that she's playing a little issue. So Haidara will restart here. Dumbia. Shot clock, game clock in unison. So I wonder if Czech are going to be encouraged to foul here, or really no need for it given they're down 15. I'll let this play out. It's going to be a very good win for Mali as Dembele comes up empty. I'm going to assist them as they try and get to the World Cup. Finishing touches. Well, it's a birthday today, Petra Holoshinska. She turns 29. She gets the last bucket of the game, but not the result she was after, because Mali have done a terrific job here. They've come up with a victory by 13 points. They led almost exclusively after the first 2 of the game from Czechia, and in the final analysis, it's Mali 77, Czechia 64.